So just in case if I was gonna able to have an easier time with that, you know, one of my least favorite Rumble-based mini-games in terms of Mario Party history, just to let you guys know. So, yeah, anyway, so I believe we'll now move on to the halfway point in terms of Sweet Dream already, so, things get a little bit more relative at this point, despite the fact that, well, usually most computer players always seem to get, like, you know, pretty rough luck involved, mainly due to the forms of keep on losing coins here and there, but you probably get the gist of it, so anyways though, during the forms of today's uploading schedule is that obviously today's day is of course the 18th of July today, in this case in 2021. Ah, drat, I just got myself a glorious red space. Not. But anyway though, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, next week is that, Capkeem74, aka Stuart, as was full name was, basically he will become... Oh, wait a second. Oh, phew. That was actually really close, because if he dares trade coins with me, then otherwise I might actually be slightly far behind when it comes to collecting coins here and there, but thankfully that does not seem the case at all, so... Alright, so it looks like Yoshi's gonna place the Paratrooper capsule just right onto that spot. Oh yeah, by the way, something's worth mentioning is that, this is actually my second attempt for this recording session during the forms of, well, thankfully the actual capture footage works just fine. However, for commentary's sake, it is all glitches up. So because of this though, I'm gonna have to fix that. So because of that though, which thankfully I did fix that, so... Anyway, so once again we are playing Heatstroke again, but this time I'm going to be doing the easiest one-player team. So because of that though, because unlike, you know, the team of three might find this a bit, you know, difficult here and there, just because obviously with the actual animations it just goes, I'm not gonna lie, pretty fast, which even then though that maybe seems the case, mind you, so... Ah, he's almost down. Come on. There we go. So since I've now finally won this, so... But again, it is rather easy with the team of one, so you probably get the idea of how, you know, kind of broken at times with this minigame about the fact that with the actual fake swing and everything. But apart from those side things though, it's just that, I'm not too crazy with that in the end though, but still. But regardless of everything else though, is the fact that obviously we've already played, you know, every single 1 versus 3 minigames by this point, so even though we are still pretty much missing some couple of, you know, battle minigames, along with the forms of, well, 4-player minigames, and also 2 versus 2 minigames for sure. And once again, I'm about to be going back to the same usual spot as I went through, so although this might be good for me, because obviously I'm now in the lead, for the coin star, no, sorry, the happening star I should say, so I think I might be alright with that, despite I have to go all the way back to the very beginning of that specific portion of that board. Well, at least to be more specifically, almost right near to the actual cake plate, so, oh well, no big deal, but it's not the end of the world honestly, so anyway though, I'm still busy playing through The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD recently today, so because of that though, I'm having a lot more fun with that particular version of the game, like, you know. Let me know in the comments below for the question of the day. What do you think about the forms of your first impressions on, you know, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD for the Nintendo Switch? Have you guys played that game before on the Nintendo Wii back in 2011? Or if you haven't played it, or you can't be bothered able to pick up the Switch version, apart from the fact that they did manage to have some slight tweaks. Maybe with like button controls or, you know, 60 frames per second, which is about time to able to have a Zelda game. Well, technically, A Link Between Worlds does it first, where it comes to likely running on 60 frames per second, when it comes to a Zelda game nonetheless. But for the 3D Zelda game, it's about time to able to actually have a smooth 60 frames per second, you know, on the Switch. So even then though, because I am very happy about that, especially noticeable that just like in the forms of, you know, the Kingdom Hearts HD remasters on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, That's obviously because the actual collection does manage to retain, you know, 60 frames per second in all the other games. Well, mind you, except for the actual cutscenes, including the Forza 358 over 2 days, and recoded movies, and also Union Cross, back cover kind of movie, because that was still locked at 30 frames per second, so... And especially noticeable on 0.2 on my PS4 Slim, that it's locked in 30 frames per second. And as a result of that specific stuff, though, is the fact that the PS4 Pro is the most recommendable option when it comes to likely get the best result running from the likes of, you know, Kingdom Hearts 0.2, sorry. So, again, I must admit that I do apologize that the actual commentary just goes off a bit, you know, off guard at points, or maybe it's because, well, once again, I managed to feel slightly boiling today. Well, because of how the fact that the weather itself is getting pretty, nice as a result. Especially noticeable that this is still summer after all. And plus, not to mention, though, is the fact that we pretty much, almost nearly at the end in terms of July already. So because of that, though, we can expect we can move on to the next month, which appears to be, well, August. So, and once we get into August, then we can get into the fun parts in terms of Mario Party 5, because as a result, Mario Party 5 is gem-packed with all these extras here and there, so, which will become stable until likely the future games and beyond, like, you know, Mario Party 6, Mario Party 7, and, maybe a little bit on Mario Party 8, but, aside from that, what's this? Oh, sweet! I've got myself a glorious coin block. So that way I can get 10 extra coins. Awesome stuff. So, and another thing that's worth noticing for is the fact that, oh yeah, let's talk about the forms of, well, obviously, Cap King 74, in this case, Stuart, as what his name was. He's gonna be, 22 tomorrow, or, sorry, next week. So because of that, though, I'm also able to try to celebrate his, 22nd birthday at this point until next week. And also at the same time, possibly until the next weekend, we can probably hit onto the finale board in Mario Party 5, which appears to be Bowser Nightmare. And I'm gonna say this right now, I'm not too pleased about the forms of the finale board in the entire game, which I'll talk more about until then. So because of this though, well, you guys should probably only know what I mean until around that time. So because of this though, not now though, because we are still playing, you know, Sweet Dream after all, so because of that though, yeah, that's as far as I can say about it. But anyways, let's go for a 4-player minigame again, and let's see what minigames are we playing next, even though we've already played these already, so, but again, we're still missing 3 of these minigames to be more specific, like, excuse me, Triple Jump, Vicious Vending, and, also, Frozen Frenzy. These are the only minigames that we still have not played. But at least on the upside is though, we can still able to play Hotel Goomba again, so at least we can able to just, you know, keep on shoving over for these Goombas and just trying to knock them out of the way, so just in case we can able to proceed. So, but again, if you made one simple mistake on these puzzles, then otherwise you can able to actually hit the Y button to able to restart the entire process here. So, anyway though, so let's go ahead and just keep on going, and well, things gets a little bit more comfortable for my part, even though that obviously the other players all ended up on the forms of the second floor, so I could imagine if I could have set those up on hard mode, then obviously it would able to go onto the 3rd floor, and if it gets like intense difficulty once I've tried to unlock that, well, basically it would able to actually like rush straight towards it or something. So either way though, I might as well guess that correctly. So, but then again, I haven't unlocked the intense mode just yet though. But obviously, if what I've noticed is the fact that Tiana, she's actually recently managed to able to, you know, completely done with Mario Party 4. And basically that she managed to unlock the final difficulty for the computer players department, which is of course Expert. And because of that though, she was going to be planning to try that difficulty out on her own time, or to be more specifically for those minigames in mind. Although mind you, she's probably not going to do it on story mode because obviously that she's already done everything throughout the whole Mario Party 4 game, so... But you know, you probably get the idea of how this will turn out to be, so... of course, I got to deal with another duel minigame to deal with right here. I'm gonna duel against with Boo this time around, because obviously Yoshi hasn't got enough coins. And Peach, I was expecting if I was able to duel against with Peach, but... maybe not, because, well, I just have no idea. Oh god, head waiter. Not too crazy with this minigame either, but it's another one of those random luck-based minigames, so... Pass the mini Bowser bomb back and forth until it explodes. Try not to be the one holding it when it goes off. So, yeah, you're gonna have to press the A button to decrease the counter by 1, and then press B to decrease you, 2. So, even then, no. Yeah, again, as I said this before, I'm not too crazy with this one either. Well, it is alright in concept-wise, just like in, Pound Peril, and that's pretty much about it, but there's just dual minigames that are able to give you something like basic premise of luck, though. That's the only, problem I have with these kinds of minigames like these. But, luckily for me, I'm actually able to win by, well, no sweat. And that way, it allows, wow, somehow they just almost broke the camera. It's like a breaking a fourth wall right there by getting smacked onto the camera. I mean, what's this, like, similar thing for how it does it in Mario Luigi Superstar Saga or something? Although, mind you, thankfully we didn't get a crack, so... Yeah, that's something worth knowing for. Which reminds me about the fact that, you know, unlike the ND Cube Mario Party titles, that, I just really wish that they're able to actually some humor and charm. Like, you know, with this game right here, Mario Party 5, does have some humor and charm, like, you know, when as you saw for about a few moments ago, that since that Boo got exploded by the forms of the mini Bowser bomb, which, kind of thinking about it, it does remind me of that similar bomb model from the likes of Bowser's Bigger Blast from Mario Party 4, but except the fact that rather than just taking place into, like, you know, the battle minigame and such, because obviously it just takes place in a western kind of environment, and also to top it off, it's just a dual minigame itself, so... But you know, you get the gist of it though, and especially noticeable that the actual counter number font is kind of similar, but except, well, it only goes like for, like, exploded for one time, which... I just have no idea why I say things like that, but anyway, squared away. So of course we're going to be able to first off against with Boo on this particular minigame itself. And let's see what the actual pattern we're going for this time. Of course we're going for Yoshi's Egg, so... Yeah, that's just something that usually the ND Cube Mario Party titles seems to be lacking in variety, which I'm sure that most of you already knows by that point, so because they just keep on going for the same amount of stuff, same amount of visual identity, or anything else like that. But then again, maybe I'm just a little bit too nitpicking too much, so either way though, that's how I can usually be able to actually describe about that, so jeez, I don't get the feeling, it's so close, but in fact that Peach almost got in my way, and somehow we've lost. Oh well, no big deal, but at least I did manage to continuously winning for those minigames though. Talking of which though, is the fact that, dual minigames does not count as the minigame start though, so, but, something's worth knowing for is the fact that, unlike, you know, Mario Party 1, 2, 3, and 4, that, battle minigames does not count as a minigame start portion, because, well, specifically in this game, alongside with 6, 7, and 8, those minigames does count for the minigame star, so, yeah, that's something's worth noting for, in case if you're about to be missing on it, so, at least I did manage to research on it, especially noticeable how most, you know, YouTubers out there already mentioned about this already, so, I would like to able to actually just to go on to, I got 5, but I'm also able to actually just, yeah, I'm also risk it, so... I kinda wish I was gonna get that star from down there, but I have to force to go to the left, so, oh well. But at least on the upside, I got another coin block, so, good news for my luck dependent or something like that, but you get the suggestion by that point, so... Alright, so let's see what Boo's... oh, okay, so he's not gonna use his capsules just yet. Like, you know, the Cursed Mushroom or the Chance capsule, so... I totally get that. Although, kind of thinking about it, I'm pretty sure that he's probably gonna make it to the star now, just because, well, he crosses that bridge over there. So, he might get his opportunity, and he could able to actually get the next star. So, kudos to you, Boo. Kudos to you. So, anyway, so let's see what Yoshi's gonna do. He's probably gonna place the Chemic Capsule, somewhere onto that little, food over there. Like, Swiss roll or something? Even then, I do know most of these, desserts, chocolates, mainly with, like, Swiss rolls, chocolate eclairs, and, you probably named the rest. And what's this? Oh, Yoshi got owned! Well, usually he only takes away 6 coins, but hopefully he'll get 3 back from the likes of that blue space, so... Alright, 1 versus 3 again, so yeah, I'm quite even surprised that we actually are on turn 15 already, so... Yeah, it looks like that we are getting really fast at that point, so... And of course, we're going back onto this very dull Mathletes minigame, because seriously, whoever thought this concept is actually kind of dull to me. But that's just how it is for me, just because, well, I just find that kind of lazy, honestly. Alright, so 3, 6, and it's times. So this means 3 times 6 is 18. Jeez, what a big number that she has. And let's see if we can able to go even much more higher. 3 plus 3. So that makes 6. So, that's okay, I suppose, but I kinda wish I just want to go higher than that. But oh well, beggars sales can be choosers, I suppose, with all these randomness involved. But anyway, we'll take it, I suppose. And I was so close to able to get up to 100 coins, by the way, so... Jeez, that must have gone, you know, quite close to that specific amount. But anyway, now for the last 5 turn events. So, we already seen the coin multipliers for about 4 times in a row, and we've already saw all these spaces into capsule spaces once actually, during the forms of Toy Dream. So we could possibly able to see other 2 events, like, you know, red spaces into Bowser spaces, or 5 stars on the board. So let's see. Uh-oh, that's not good. We actually have red spaces into Bowser spaces, so... Yep, this is gonna be a problematic, as far as I can usually tell from this point, so... Anyway, we're just gonna have to cope with it, I suppose, but anyway. So it looks like Peach, for some reason, is trying to place the Bullet Bill capsule almost right next to, not only for the happening space, but also the chance space as well. But, yeah, that's as far as I can usually just try to describe about it. And it looks like, oh jeez, she keeps on getting chance capsules. Oh jeez, how many of those chance capsules does she probably need? But, at least luckily for her, she'll probably meet up with DK, so, let's see what event is it going to be this time. Oh boy, we got a DK minigame, but at least we already play every single minigames for DK at least, but, it doesn't really matter anymore, just because, well, oh gee, triple amount of those, you know, multiplier and stuff like that, which I appreciate. And of course we're going for Mass Appeal again, so... I don't mind this at all, especially noticeable that last time we actually played this one, it was actually in, well, let's just say in Rainbow Dream, so I think that was the last time we actually played this, so... Alright, let's begin! Alright, so let's go ahead and just... Oh, okay. I think I'm sort of getting there. Ah, dang, I slipped just once. For whatever reason, they just ignore these bunch of bananas. Although, mind you, that since we're actually going to be getting a triple amount, mind you, I think I might as well get, what's 16 times 3? I would say I'll get 48 coins, so that's for Peach, she'll probably get like 15. Yeah, it's 15. So, yeah, because I'm pretty much good at math, as you guys should know. Well, not all the time though, because I did try to do some like, you know, percentages, or just to be more specifically with some difficult maths questions, like the hardest ones, and I just couldn't even beat it. but, excuse me, because unlike, you know, additions, subtractions, divisions, and multiplying, I'm actually pretty good with those stuff. And I got a rubbish roll, but luckily I can able to land on, ooh, even better, got myself a super mushroom, so huzzah for my pretty weak roll, but at least I'll give it some credit for, which, hey, I don't mind it at all. Alright, so looks like Boo's gonna place the cursed mushroom almost right next to the Twister space, so... And guess what? He's probably going for the star now, so... Yeah, I'm glad you make it by this far there, Boo. Especially noticeable that you are so desperate for able to get that star so badly, which I totally understand why, that, you're obviously trying to aim for that. So, anyway. Oh, I was literally that close to the star. Although, kind of thinking about it, I'm pretty sure Yoshi's gonna get this, so... Again, I don't mind about that at all, because obviously that Yoshi still only has like 1 star at the moment, but he'll get the second one, such as now, because obviously he got like 10, so seems like a good dice roll for Yoshi. Oh yeah, another thing is worth noting for is the fact that I've recently managed to go back into Kirby's Dream Land 3, on the Super Nintendo Classic Mini, thanks to my, hacking. So because of that, though, I've managed able to 100% everything in terms of, well, Kirby's Dream Land 3 now. So even then, though, no need to able to get the original cartridge for it. And especially noticeable that in my, digital download, or the digital copies of, Kirby's Dream Land 1 and 2, that I still managed to get those on my 3DS. Thankfully, I don't need able to obtain the original cartridge for it because, well, I just found the original game kind of difficult, especially in the extra game, and as far as Dreamland 2 is concerned, man, the pricing on that game is skyrocketing if you're trying to get, you know, Kirby's Dream Land 2 on the Game Boy, so I think I might as well stuck with the 3DS eShop versions for now. And same applies to the Zelda games on the Game Boy Color, which I fine with, because not only because it'll be skyrocketing in price these days, but also get this, is the fact that that's the only problem nowadays, even for the original Game Boy games, and the Game Boy Color games, and Game Boy Advance games. Unfortunately though, the battery on save data doesn't last for very long. Well, at least depending on which specific type of cartridge you're able to obtain. Like, you can either get the original copy or the reproduction cartridge. I might be alright with it, but it's just that most people seem to have mixed critics about the fact that, well, they just kind of prefer, you know, collecting the original cartridge versions of some of these Game Boy games to top it off, which it's understandable because of the forms of the original design like that, but usually that's far from the case. Even though, mind you, I still managed to get myself some of these reproduction cartridges on Game Boy stuff. Thankfully, no N64 reproduction cartridges, luckily, because I managed to still got, you know, the original cartridge for them. Like, for instance, I still got, you know, Super Mario 64, the original cartridge for, and same applies to Mario Kart 64, and Mario Party 2, and Mario Party 3. And I'm quite surprised, I managed able to, like, I don't know if you noticed, that some toys told me, like, to be more specifically, Sonic did actually mention about to me for this before, basically, he did manage to able to buy the original cartridge version on Mario Party 2, and Mario Party 2, the original cartridge version, I should say, and it was actually kind of cheap if you try to able to buy the cartridge on its own. Like, to be more specifically, I think it cost about 40 quid, so it's definitely a little bit better than the boxed variations of, you know, some N64 games nowadays, even with, oh man, Mario Party 3 is still pretty expensive right now. Unless if you're trying to able to get the reproduction cartridge version, unless the save still saves. So that's all really matters to me though. Well, at least I still, you know, didn't get a single reproduction cartridge, which is a good thing for my part, so... But no, you get the gist of it, so, so looks like Yoshi's gonna land on that Bowser space, which could be a bad thing for Yoshi, because since after all he got, well, 2 stars so far. So, I get this horrible feeling that he might able to come across into... Oh jeez, Bowser bonus. So, if you have any stars with you, you take 1 star away. So, that could be the dangerous event that you can have to come across. Especially noticeable how the fact that, well, again, it is very deadly whenever you come towards for that. Especially noticeable that, well, thankfully in Mario Party 6 did manage to able to fix that by able to actually add in some coins to the mix. So, to make things a little bit more, a bit fair when it comes to likely not getting to the forms of randomness when it comes to events and all that stuff, which, you probably get the idea. Now, of course, we're going back onto Revolving Fire again. So, and it looks like Yoshi's now going to be in charge with this whole mechanical contraption. And somehow both Peach and Boo managed to get burned off straight away. Okay, whatever. At least I can able to just try to survive this as long as I could. Able to keep an eye on... Oh, jeez, okay. Oh yeah, talking of which, when it comes to reproductioning Game Boy Advance cartridges, I still managed to get Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Darn it. I have no idea why I say things like that, to be honest with you. It's just that I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, I still managed to get Kirby and the Amazing Mirror on the reproductioning cartridge, despite it does manage to save, luckily. And same applies to Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, which... It is fine for the most part. Well, despite that, actually I'll get to more in a second, because it looks like Peach is going to use the chance capsule. I'm hoping it'll not bet onto me, because I have simply managed to able to win for almost everything. So, but God knows what might as well happen. So of course, if you manage to use the capsule by yourself, then you get involved. So, okay, thank God it's not me. So. Peach and Boo, so let's see what happens there. Oh, it happened again! It happened again! The second time this happens! Oh, jeez. Boo is doing so well, but until this happens right there, he got screwed by, you know, giving stars to Peach. Well, at least only one of them anyway, so a bit nasty right there. Even then though, that first we have Toad got screwed up, and now we have Boo got screwed over, so... Yeah, what a mess. And of course, that Peach lands on a Twister space, so yeah, the star space is now moved. Oh well, whatever. At least I can hopefully try to get the next star. And, well, let's just say... Oh, okay, so I'm pretty much almost close towards it. But at least depending if I need to get a good dice rolls, that is, so... But we'll see. Yeah, I'm also able to use that spiny, capsule, and, I was hoping I can able to aim for Peach, though, just because Peach was now in second. I did too late. Oh well, sorry Yoshi, but it's just I was hoping I can try to aim for Peach, but... No, I was a bit too late for timing-wise, but still. But oh well, no big deal, but darn it, I just got a rubbish 1. Why is it always the lowest number I can possibly try to get through? I mean, jeez Louise. Alright, so Boo gets a 9, so that should be a good roll for Boo. And of course, that he's gonna go for a duel minigame of all things. So, yeah, this might take a while for certain duel minigames. And of course, he gets a chance capsule, so... God knows, he might as well able to give Peach a payback or something. Or if not, he might able to actually place it to some space else. So... And oh jeez, he's gonna bet on 50 coins for himself and my star. Jeez, that must have hurt. But anyway, let's see what minigame are we playing next. Ah, Womp Maze. Not too crazy with this one either. So it's just the fact that, well, you know what I mean. Find your way to the goal, but don't forget about the Womps hiding beneath the floor. So basically it's how to navigate through this maze, and then basically it's how to pay attention. So depending if you're able to actually replay this minigame, some of these Womp placements were able to actually get randomized, so... But here's the stupidest part about this minigame, is that if you're expecting that you would able to actually just to navigate through this maze, well, some parts of the maze can be a little bit more, how do I say, let the video speak for itself right here. Like, if I somehow manage to find the actual goal by complete accident and stuff like that, which reminds me, why can't they just do some sort of like a diagonal maze placement? I mean, I just don't think that minigame wasn't that great in my opinion, but it knows what it is. I mean, it's just there. Maybe it's because we've already seen those kinds of like maze-like minigames like several times already. Like, what's the minigame I was gonna be thinking of? Oh yeah, there was one in evolves around in Sonic Shuffle or something, and I think that's pretty much how that goes or something, even though it has been a couple of days since actually coming back into Sonic Shuffle. Mainly it's because I'm still a little bit concerned about the forms of my Dreamcast, my Sega Dreamcast. Might have some bit of issues, mainly with like, you know, random resetting problem, and that's as far as I can usually try to describe it. So anyway, so once again we are doing another 4-player minigame, so quite surprised that we've almost done with the forms of Sweet Dream already. So, and of course we are playing Fish Upon a Star, which I don't mind it, because obviously I don't mind this minigame at all. In fact, as I said this before, but I'm gonna say this again, some of these Mario Party 5 minigames can be good, while some of them are for the worst, like, you know, some too much emphasis on luck-based minigames, which I wasn't terribly fond of, like, you know, we already seen, well, let's just say, Random Ride, which is a battle minigame, and also we have seen Pound Peril and Head Waiter, which are dual minigames, and don't even get me started on, you know, Get a Rope, because who the heck thought that minigame was a good idea? But we still haven't come across into two other luck-based minigames either. Like, there's one of them in a 4-player minigame, and I already mentioned about this before. There was actually a Bowser luck-based minigame called Skuldron Cauldron. But surprisingly enough, we still haven't come across into that minigame yet. Which I was quite surprised, because unlike in most any other Mario Party 5 Let's Plays out there, they seem to always come across into Skuldron Cauldron for so many times. During the course of one of those, well, at least in one of those boards anyway. So, yeah, I'm quite surprised. I've never actually come across into a luck-based minigame just yet. So, which I was quite surprised. Alright, so last 2 turns in Sweet Dreams. So let's see how things are gonna turn out as far as the, you know, the final 2 turns are concerned. 7. And I was off by 1 space away from that star. If only if I could have gotten 8. Although if I get an 8, I'm also get screwed by the forms of Bowser bonus, imagine that. But anyway, let's see what Boo's gonna go to. He's probably gonna duel against with Yoshi on, well, let's just say a dual minigame and stuff. And he's gonna just only bet for coins, which is, to be more specifically, 2 coins that he's gonna bet. Although, mind you, he hasn't got that much coins though, which is pretty fair for the most part. And once again, we are going through Sky Survivor! Gee, that minigame is becoming a lot more popular. But this time around though, I don't seem able to actually just to play this at all, so well, I guess it's now that Boo and Yoshi are participating at this time, so let's see whoever wins this. Well, God knows when, just because, well, for what I've noticed is that they are doing pretty good. No bad starts or anything else like this. But, I have no idea why. I'm just being like a judge, or the actual, well, just a judge in general, by able to actually just be like the host of it, but anyway. And I get a feeling that Boo got hit, and Yoshi got hit. Oh jeez, this could be pretty close. Oh jeez. Well, Yoshi's gone down to the last hit as well as Boo, but somehow they didn't get hit completely. So that means if they got the exact same amount of hit points, well, it's a draw. So yeah, that's how I can usually think about that. Whenever I was trying to say that, yeah, if you somehow manage to fall down at the same time while the actual jet boost doesn't exhaust, well, you're able to actually get a draw. So if you somehow get a draw, you don't win anything. So because of that, though, you can get your coins back at least. So I was expecting if Yoshi's gonna be able to use the, well, the Wickeder capsule, which, even then though, he hasn't got that much coins to use it. Like, you know, just use it by himself, or, trying to place it onto any spaces for that part, but, I don't know. Oh, jeez, another battle minigame. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's see what minigame are we playing this time for 20 coins. Okay, that seems quite enough, but anyway, let's see. There's that new minigame in the middle, but unfortunately though, I'm probably not gonna go for this luck-based minigame kind of thing about it, so we'll just, ah, dang it, I think we're going to a luck-based minigame again, so that's just great. Oh, shoot, I just realized that I could have able to actually just, forget it. We'll just get this over with then. But we were so close to able to actually see that another one of those, you know, battle minigames in general, but oh well, we'll find out until new forms of the finale board, in this case Bowser Nightmare, but we'll see what happens there. Dang, looks like Boo managed to able to actually get a massive luck by able to actually get 4 lucky 7s, and wow, that seems like a huge boost for Boo. But yeah, I'm still not too crazy with the forms of Lucky lineup because it's, you know, kind of luck-based, as you expect. But anyway, now we're done with that. And now we move on to the last turn in Sweet Dream. So, and once we're done with that, well, we only got one board left in Mario Party 5, which is, of course, Bowser Nightmare, which I already mentioned about that already, so let's see how this will turn out in the final turn. So, without any massive screw-ups or anything else like that for certain players, but at least I'm hoping I don't get a 1. Thank you. I really need that higher roll for a 5, because otherwise, if I get a 1, I am really going to be screwed. But anyway, my 3rd star in Sweet Dream. And let's see where the next star space is located. It's obviously right next to where Bowser's space is, so I highly doubt that anyone else is gonna able to barely make it, so at least as far as my predictions are concerned. Alright, let's see what Boo's gonna do. He is going to place the Piranha Plant capsule. Okay, just around in that spot. And let's see what number is he gonna go for. He gets a crappy 1 at the very end. So sorry, Boo. I am literally so sorry. Especially noticeable after when you've been through, but after getting screwed up by that chance time event. But anyways, Yoshi gets a 3 at the end, so yeah, I guess that makes it totally obvious. Alright, almost to the 4-player minigame in... we've already played these, so whoever needs those anyway, but at least we can able to play Chomp Romp again, which I don't mind this at all, because again, I already mentioned about this before. This is easily, without doubt, the much more better Chain Chomp minigame in a Mario Party game like this, which, you know, same applies to the ones in Mario Party 6, which, again, we'll get to Mario Party 6 eventually, so... Alright, so let's see. Still, I just kind of wish they were able to add in more obstacles or the change of course or scenery. I mean, that would be cool, but I guess that will do for the time being when it comes to, like, you know, doing this, so... Alright, so I'm just gonna have to keep on using the Chomp Call from Mario Party 4, so just in case we can able to just, you know, get the Chain Chomp's attention, but rather than just, you know, moving stars exponentially. Anyways. Oh, so close to able to do the quickest run, but oh well, no big deal. Because besides, I've already done that already, ever since in, well, let's just say in Under Sea Dream, of course. And I somehow managed to get knocked off by the Chain Chomp, but whatever, because I still win. And yeah, that's as far as I can say in terms of Sweet Dream itself. As far as the actual board itself is concerned, I actually do like it. Especially with how the scenery actually looks like, especially noticeable that, again, it reminds me of so much of Sweet Mountain from the likes of Sonic Colors, and especially noticeable for Peach's birthday cake from Mario Party 1. And also same applies to the forms of one of those boards in Mario Party Star Rush in Toad Scramble mode. In I think it's in Wall 3. That it usually revolves around sweets and everything. Which reminds me, why can't they just bring back a candy-themed board again? I mean, seriously, I just really like the actual theme idea. But, oh well, not the end of the world. But anyway, I got myself at both the minigame star and the coin star, and I bet I can probably get the forms of the happening stars, so... Yep, I will, assumingly enough, yep I did. Especially noticeable that I just keep on landing on that, you know, the cake happening space, but who cares about that? So yeah, I pretty much win 6 boards so far in Mario Party 5, which is kind of cool actually, because even then note that since we actually won 6 boards, so expecting to believe that stay tuned for, well, I'll mention more about that until later, so but anyway though, let's see the results here. Well, I basically gathered a whole lot of coins. In fact, Boo almost tried to catch me up though, because yeah, as I mentioned this before, battle games do count for the minigame stars, so yeah, that's something worth to keep that in mind, so... Now as for coins, well obviously I managed to got the highest amount, 219 coins, and as far as happening spaces, wow, I pretty much land on 3 of these, and I'm quite surprised that Yoshi hasn't landed on any of them. So, either way though, that it knows what happens most of the time, so yeah, I guess we should probably say this right now. We got the endings of this point right here. So join me next weekend for more of Let's Play of Mario Party 5. Is that we are moving on to the finale board, which is Bowser Nightmare. I will say this right now, it probably is one of my least favorite boards in the entire game, which I'll talk more about it until then. So I'll see you guys until next Saturday. Later, fellas.